What is up, YouTubers? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Apogee Boom. It's $249 and, in my personal opinion, a really great interface for the price point. Sounds really nice and warm. I'll show you some vocal examples of what it sounds like. You can actually track with EQ, compression, and saturation. So that's, to me, one of the selling points. And also, what's cool about it is it actually just sounds good without even adding anything to it. So I'll show you some examples of that and talk about some pros and cons. Um, is this interface right for you? Well, let's find out. Let's get right to it. Okay, here we go. Apogee Boom on apogeedigital.com. Everything you need to know about the boom is here. All the specs and everything. $249. Let's check it out. Okay, as you can see, it's a nice purplish, metallic purple color. Simple interface. Let's go down here to the good stuff, as you know. Here we go. Apogee Control. Which you can download all this stuff here on the website. Let's see. So you go to support and stuff like that. Here you go. You can choose all this cool stuff for whatever product you have, and then as you can see, register and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, let's go down to the specs because I think it's super important. What I always find interesting, of course, the features and stuff like that. Up to 24-bit, 192 kilohertz recording. So you get the highest possible quality of recording, especially for this price range. It's great. We're living in great times as far as that's concerned, because you can, get something like a Focusrite Scarlett, Apogee Boom, of course. The Volt series from Universal Audio, all within a really good price range that will, most likely fit your budget, and you're going to get a lot of great features and stuff like that. As you can see, 2x2 USB audio, the 24-bit, 192 kilohertz recording. It's bus powered, so just plug it straight into your laptop or your computer desktop, and you're ready to go. Nowadays, also what's great is compatibility with Windows and Mac. It's really cool. And then let's see, where's the good stuff here? Yeah, here we go. So your mic pre, as you can see, 123 decibels, A-weighted, so it's really nice preamps in this. Get 18 decibels of input, and your impedance is 2.4. And AD conversion here, which is really the bread and butter of this interface. Because you have 122 decibels of dynamic range, and that is fantastic for this price range. $249 for fantastic analog to digital conversion. That's awesome. So that's fantastic. I think that's one of the greatest selling points for me personally is definitely the AD conversion, and of course the ability to record with effects. So those two things for me is what sold me on the Apogee Boom. And the DA conversion is pretty good too. I think this is 114 decibels of dynamic range. It's pretty good. Headphone output, I find, is pretty good. Yeah, so let's move on to Apogee Control, which I really enjoy. As you can see here, it's really simple. Layout is nice, easy to understand. You can see for your mic, instrument, go in here, you can change the decibels. You can go +4, -10. Or you can make this your instrument track as well, so you can have two instruments at the same time. Go in here. Unfortunately, that's one of the cons, is you can only have one mic input and one instrument input. You can have two instrument inputs. That's cool. But if you need, like, two microphones to be plugged in, unfortunately, that's one of the things you're not going to be able to do with this. So if you need that, if you know for a fact that, okay, I'm going to need to have inputs for two microphones or more, definitely look elsewhere. This is definitely not going to work for you. So yeah, as you can see, simple layout, but yeah, just hit the effects here and boom, you're ready to go. All right, here we go. So open up the effects here. Yeah, we'll just start like this. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so I'll just be doing an example of one of my songs off the latest album, Dreaming in Color. And what better track to choose than Dreaming in Color? Here we go. So let's try some EQ. First, we'll take off the drive here. Turn on the EQ. Okay, start here. And here, check 1, 2, as you can see without the high pass filter on. Hey, yeah. Check 1, 2. So first and foremost, before we do this, my mistake, let's go ahead and get a level. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Hey, yeah, yeah. Okay, we can go up a little bit more. Let's go up to about 55. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Okay, it's a little much. We'll go back down to 52. Hey, yeah, yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go with some effects. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. I fell asleep in an ocean of violent sharks. Check 1, check 2. Hey, hey, hey. Let's mess with the shelf here. Moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Okay, I like that. So around 10K and 5K here. Let's see if we need any mid-range. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Fell asleep in an ocean of violent sharks. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. All right, so let's see before and after. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. With a moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Yeah, it's nice. I like that. So I will be keeping the EQ on. Let's try some compression. All right. So what I'll start with first is I'll start with all wet first here. 3 to 1. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Fell asleep. Let's see here. So it looks like I'm hitting around 3 decibels, gain reduction. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. I like that. 3 to 1, just for fun. Let's try the other ratios. 5 to 1 here. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Yeah, not too bad. So right now I could probably go with either 3-1 or 5-1. Let's try 10. A moon casts a shadow, a silhouette so dark. I fell asleep in an ocean of violent sharks. Yeah, actually even 10-1 I think is doable. It's a really nice compressor, honestly. But yeah, I would probably keep it around, since you're going to be recording this, 3-1, 5-1, somewhere in there, and then 3 decibels of gain reduction. Well, depending on how loud you sing. So I would say mostly around 3 decibels of gain reduction, and then your really loud peaks maybe hitting around 4 here. I'm just guesstimating because this might not even be 3 decibels of gain reduction, but somewhere around here in the LED, from the 2nd to the 4th, I would say. And maybe your loudest peaks, hitting like the first orange is probably okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah, yeah. So yeah, like if you're hitting right here, maybe here, like the loudest, like part of the song on your vocal or something, that I think that would be fine. But, mostly just hitting around here and here, I think is good. Yeah, I like that. So as you can see, it's a really simple to use compressor and EQ, and you get a really nice sound right off the bat. So let's go without. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Okay, with EQ. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. With compression. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. All right, so let's add some saturation. I'm going to start here around 2. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. All right, let's go up here. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. I really like that. So this is probably kind of where I would track right there, like either here or here. All right, let's go up to 5. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Let's keep going. The moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. All right, still sounding pretty good. Moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. Okay, so there, you're starting to get that typical kind of distortion, overdriven sound that you might hear in some of those 50s and 60s recordings, or even like 90s, right? Like if you wanted to do kind of like, the Soundgarden or some type of grungy, like, that kind of distorted sound, but not so distorted that it's indistinguishable, But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you could do something like, yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. You get a little bit of that saturation that's really pleasing. Okay, now let's go all the way. Let's see what this thing sounds like. A moon cast a shadow, a silhouette so dark. I mean, of course, now the effect is obvious, You're like doing kind of that grungy thing. So yeah, it's really cool. And the best part, you don't absolutely have to record with any effects whatsoever. Let's do the pros. Great AD DA conversion. I did my entire latest album with the Apogee Boom, recording guitar and vocals. So it does more than a great job at, recording a good album and things like that. like I said, the output for the headphone jack is plenty to power any type of headphones out there. That's great. The quality of recording is great. The ability to record with, compression EQ and some saturation, that's awesome. I love that part. It's a great feature. Now the cons. If you're the type of person when you mix, I mean, you are constantly going back and forth monitoring between your speaker monitors and your headphones, it's going to be quite a challenge because you have to do one or the other. You have to unplug your headphones and then your monitors will work. Plug your headphones back in so your headphones will work. So that's going to be a bit of a obstacle there if that's something you do often, which for me, I kind of normally like to do that, but since I couldn't do that, then I kind of basically plan that, okay, well, I'll just kind of like do it a couple times so that way I'm not going to wear out my headphone output jack, by plugging it in and unplugging it like 50 times during a mixing session, So that's a downside for sure. And the second downside is, like I say, if you are planning on recording drums, you need more than one microphone at a time to record. You want to record your guitar in stereo to get that beautiful delay, ping pong effect or whatnot. Or maybe you want to plug in your keyboard. You don't want to go the USB route. You want to plug straight in because you want to add some different effects or whatnot while you're recording or mixing, whatever the case might be. Then you're not going to be able to do that and have your mic plugged in at the same time. Sure, you can have that in mono, using your instrument track input for your keyboard or for your guitar, and then, have your mic plugged in and just do it like that and not worry about, okay, well, it's just going to be mono. But for me personally, I wish that Apogee would release like Boom 2 or something and have two XLR inputs and two instrument inputs, or at least one, along with the two XLR inputs. That would have been a great feature. And also have like a button or something that you could push to toggle between or go between your speaker monitors and your headphones, because that's kind of a challenge, when you're mixing, because you definitely want to go back and forth on your sources, fairly often, or at least, during your mixing session that day. So, yeah, that can be a headache. Apogee, just a great company altogether. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more gear review videos for you and unboxing videos and that kind of cool stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.